Because we started Genius Take the Wheel.
Let's this guy.
We started Genius Take the Wheel, episode number 250. That is not the disembodied hand. That is Mrs. Evil.
Oh, there is a
That's the
disembodied
disembodied hand.
We got two disembodied hands.
Yeah, so both of the ladies are rocking with us today. We're gonna make sure this doesn't fog up. All right, so welcome to the show. This is a post-training show, and I'm gonna try to do this as safely as possible.
Okay. Taxi.
Yeah, because he's actually gonna let me change lanes. What? Is this a fake video? Shout out to Thunder. Wow, I can't believe a taxi cab allowed me to change lanes. Whoa!
I thought you set up.
Today was a good day, but I didn't think it was going to be that good a day. All right, so Genius Take the Wheel episode number 250. Welcome. Today is a training day. Not a Denzel Washington style training day, thank goodness, but a training day nonetheless.
Not this time.
King Kong ain't got ish on me. Now I can't actually use.
It's in the back seat.
Yeah, I can't actually use the word because we're only less than 2 minutes into the stream, and YouTube guidelines, algorithm, and blah blah blah. But okay, so an autopsy of today's training. So last night I had the option of trying to force myself to get up super early, like I usually do for my midday training. I decided not to do that because I didn't have really any personal training work to do. So I decided to do the right thing by my body and basically just wake up naturally. And I did the snooze button 111 times, but I let my body get up when my body wanted to get up, and I got a good amount of calories in to support the training, and I did take a little bit more caffeine in my pre-workout than I usually do. I took 400 milligrams or a full dose of Gorilla Mode, and I took a scoop of non-stim with that as well. So today was a leg day, and I was adding chest on top of that. Now, it's usually not I really just did not want to combine a leg day and a chest day because I cannot really expect that my level of strength is going to be the same if I pre-fatigue my entire body by running my legs into the ground and then try to hit the bench press after that. But I did take 2 off days after that marathon day that I had on Sunday. So I decided to just suck it up, do the 400 milligrams of pre-workout, not 400 milligrams of pre-workout, 400 milligrams of caffeine in my pre-workout, and add some non-stim, a half dose of non-stim with that, and just try to do the very best that I could for my leg day. And it went as follows. I added a rep to my heavy leg press. So I did, I warmed up at 225, 10 reps, 5 reps at 315, 5 reps at 405. And then instead of doing 2 sets of 8 like I did last week, I did 2 sets of 9 at 495 and then 2 sets of 9 at 455. And I have to say, thumbs up. It felt good. I felt in complete control. I didn't have any fear. I didn't have any weird discomforts. It was just smooth moves. So, because I basically warmed up with the leg press, I went straight into my working sets with the um, for the hack squat. And so I stayed at two sets of 11 at 275, and again, two sets of 11 at 225. Next week, I'm going to try to go for 12 repetitions. And once I defeat 12 repetitions, I am thinking of going up to 315 for 6 repetitions on the hack, and the secondary sets being at 275. So, um, we'll see how that goes. Uh, uh, so I was very successful. I did feel some discomfort in my left knee, um, underneath the patella. So the patella tendon felt a little funny today, and I wasn't taking any chances. So I kind of slowed myself down. I think I did 2 reps, um, and uh, and I was just like, ooh. So I just kind of stood tall in the machine, kind of flexed my left leg, and then resumed repetitions, and everything was okay. So there wasn't really any, negative feeling, no bad, feelings or anything like that. So once I kind of got it under control, I just kept on with my sets, with the set and the ensuing set after that. So it worked out pretty well. I got my two sets of 11 at 275. I got my two sets of 11 at 225, and it did get progressively better. Um, so it really just wasn't a big deal. It just made me tired. Now, it also kind of sucks too because, when you get tired, the focus is not quite there. There's a dude that goes to the gym that's pretty cool, and today he didn't want to talk about race or gender. He wanted to talk about how much my favorite team sucks, the New York Mets. So we talked some baseball, and that was pretty cool. But I really just did not want to like give up like a lot of my focus on that. But it worked out okay. And then um, put on my hazards. That worked out okay. Um, um, so then I had to do my leg isolation work. I did my prone hamstring curl. That actually went very well. I was able to get some really, really strong, tight squeezes in the hamstring. I was able to fully control the stretch, the eccentric. So I'm probably going to move up to 10 repetitions there. My least favorite thing to do would be the leg extension, but that went okay as well. So since I'm happy with the way that worked out, I'm going to move up to sets of 10 the next time. When I was done with the leg extension, that's when the real fun begins. It was a chest day. I was looking to stitch together more reps clean on the bench press than I did last week. I was successful, but I was not totally successful. I did have to myo rep both sets of 12 at 225 on the bench. I'm not mad at it because I did it after I had already fatigued my body with leg work. My first set was 9 plus 3. So I did get 9 clean reps and then 3 clean reps So it was a broken set of 12, but it was definitely performed better than it was performed last week. So thumbs up. Happy with that. When I went to 205, I was able to stitch together more clean reps. In both cases, I was able to get 10 plus 2, so it was 10 clean reps plus 2. And so that worked out really well for me. Uh, everything that I wanted to, uh, everything that I wanted to achieve there was still better than what I did last week. And then I was able to get completely clean sets of 12 at 185. So I did 2 sets of 12 at 225. I got a 9 plus 3 on one. On the second set, I got a 9 plus 2 plus 1. And then I got 2 10 plus 2s at 205, and then clean sets of 12 at 185. And then I ended it off with the dumbbell chest press with the 85s. And I did not do as well on set one. On set one, the previous time, I hit uh, I hit 10 reps. This time I only hit 9. So I was a little afraid that I was going to be behind on the chest press. But the last time I did 10, 8, and 6, these have 18 total reps in the first 2 sets the way I did last week. But instead of a 10 plus 8, it would have been a 9 plus 9. So that did not work out the way I wanted it to. But I was really fighting for that 9th rep and I failed. So it was really like an 8 plus. So I really don't count that. But I knew that in order to at least be equal to the work of last week, I needed to get 7 reps on set 3. Whereas last week I only got 6 reps on set 3. This time I did get the 7. So last week it was 8, 6. It was 10, 8, and 6. This week it was 9, 8, and 7. So it was the same amount of total repetitions, even though I did not get as many reps on set 1. So it was a very, very productive day. I felt very confident in my legs. I didn't really have too much discomfort. I felt mostly focused. I felt very confident in my leg training. And I was actually kind of reminded that in a really cool way, I haven't needed a deload in more than 2 months. And so I think mentally I'm starting to feel the strain of the training, but physically I feel just fine. So I'm doing what I can to kind of keep myself in the game mentally, but I may have to do a deload week soon just to kind of take that pressure off my mind. But now I'm starting to like take 2 days off in a row. This week, I did that crazy marathon training on Sunday, uh, where my body, I couldn't even move on. I was so sore, and I still had some physical fatigue and some soreness yesterday. But what I need to do is get back to minimizing the amount of rest days, and I think that if I took a deload week soon, I could kind of take some of that pressure, that psychological pressure away, and get back to training every day. Um, you know, on average, training every day. So feel very good about today. Today has not been bad. The weather, ugh, but it is May in New York City. It's going to be some rain. It's not going to always be sunny and 75s. I guess that pretty much is it. Going to watch the Mets and the Knicks tonight. Hopefully both teams perform well. I got to do one more hour of work. And, hoping that things work out that way, but I'm getting a little bit bigger. My weight is actually dropping. So I am getting a little bit leaner, even though I don't want to drop below 200 pounds. As long as the muscle is growing, I'm good. I can deal with the fact that, maybe I'm not keeping up the body weight that I really want. But as long as I'm still putting together repetitions on my bench press, that I'm still adding weight and reps on my leg work, my legs keep looking better, I'll accept the fact that I'm probably not going to stay above 200 pounds for much longer. I weighed in today at 201, and then I took a massive shit at the gym after that. So I'm pretty much probably legitimately around 200 pounds even. So, um, I'm just going to, try to not look at the scale too much and just continue to try to keep my hypertrophy work up for the summer, slim down, get uh, more lean, get a little bit more ripped as I'm continuing to try to put on more muscle. And then, this fall I'll be trying to put on weight again. So, I'm going to do the best that I can. Training, I'm still progressing in my training. So as long as that's there, I'm happy. So I hope that you guys continue to progress in, whatever endeavors in life that are important to you. I hope you come back here for Sunday's live stream. That will be the 251st episode of Genius Take the Wheel. I'm going to go and take the food and go back to work. So, I don't know, you guys enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on this planet. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.